Ah, hi, Spots and Cheap Pops. You're on the air.
Hey, you know what? Real quick observation. I could not believe that Macaulay Culkin got a bigger pop than Hulk Hogan. If you asked me that last night before the show started, I would have been like, holy shit. Like, even the idea of that happening caught me off guard last night.
Was this you?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, and so I did not expect that. I was a little surprised to see, was it Brie Bella there?
Nikki Bell.
I'm sorry, Nikki. So yeah, Nikki was there, and even the reaction X Pac got kind of was cool in ways.
I didn't see the reaction X Pac got. I'm glad. I mean, he's really turned himself around from what I could tell. Not that I ever knew anything bad about him, except for what I saw on like a reality show with one Joni Lauer, if you remember her.
Yeah, that's
China for all of you who don't know. It's China.
Yes, X Pac's definitely more popular than Hulk Hogan right now, especially in that city.
I think Dominic Mysterio is more popular than Hulk Hogan in that city. I think earthquakes are more popular than Hulk Hogan. Cena was he gave his typical rah-rah speech and let's blow it. A lot more pandering to the audience, pandering to Netflix, pandering to everybody that made this possible, and blah, blah, blah. And we had so much of that in this show, it was nauseating. I said that before, which I did mention Cena in that. But then he turns it into, with my streak and how bad I've been, he's over 2,000 days he won a singles match. How he can, and he brought up a couple different pathways he can to win number 17. It's going to be interesting to see how they book it. If they do book him to win his 17th, he would then be have sole possession of the most world championships ever, even though now Ric Flair's saying he has 21. He's such a man.
An asshole.
I wish Hogan and Flair would just go to an island and just kill each other.
That could be the last match.
That could be the last match. The winner doesn't die. That should be the match.
Yes or no question. Should Cena win it the 17th time?
100%.
Yeah, I agree.
Just because Ric Flair's a complete dumpster fire right now.
He didn't age gracefully, and Cena, he's got a good chance to do that. So might as well roll. I'd rather bet on that guy than Flair's final flame out.
And he wants another match too, Flair. He said he's got one more left in him. Are you come on?
Crazy.
He barely survived the last one. They said he clinically had a heart attack his last one. Insane. But anyway, I think Cena has given so much back to the company after he had that 10 years on top, which is really the longest run. Maybe Hogan would be the second, but Cena was on top. I think he was a main event or a sub-main event for every WrestleMania for about 10 or 11 years in a row. Roman's on a similar streak right now, obviously. In fact, Roman, I think, he missed two of them. One was because of COVID. The other one, he faced Drew McIntyre instead, and he wasn't the main event. But other than those two, Roman's been in every main event since, I believe, 31. So that's pretty impressive right there. So Roman's coming up on that, but Cena, again, everything he did, but more so how he's given back to the business ever since that run on top stopped. You start with the U.S. title, and I think that's when I started gaining respect for him. When John Cena started doing the U.S. Open, he started picking some really great independent wrestlers, and even guys that were coming up through the WWE system, guys like Rusev, guys like Bray Wyatt. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn went up hurting himself in his debut match on the main roster against John Cena, but he had a banger after I think he separated his shoulder like partway into the match, and he wound up having a banger with Cena anyway. And Cena made all these guys look great, and Cena wound up being one of the great U.S. champions of all time, and that was after he already broke box office records at WrestleMania with The Rock. So to see the way he's given back and mature into the man he is, now it's almost robotic now how perfect everything he says is.
Yeah.
You know, even in this press conference last night was just.
Yeah, it's like Derek Jeter on steroids.
It's a perfect example of it. Except Jeter doesn't. Jeter claps back though at stupid questions the media would ask. Anytime the media was trying to stir some shit, Cena just goes with it's like, I'm grateful for your question. My mother is not a whore, though, but I'm grateful for you asking, and I will make me do a better job the next time I come out here.
Before you ask her, he's like, before you ask your next question, I'd like to acknowledge that I really appreciate that you exist.
Nothing is going to be as good with you guys. Like the way he just complimented the wrestling news media, and I put that huge quotation mark.
Yeah. Many of
wrestling news media, the way he just spoke to them with such kindness and love. And I feel like he genuinely means it. Like, or he's just a rope. I mean, he's almost robotic. It's just insane.
Listen, guys. He's like, listen, guys. I really find it incredible that you found courage to leave your mother's basements today and come here and talk to me.
And thank you for your criticisms. Your criticisms just make me want to be better. Thank you. Like, he's thinking you fat virgins keep on saying about me doesn't affect me at all, and I'm going to keep on being myself. Fuck you, is what he was really trying to say.
Yeah, keep buying my merch. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
You smart marks, dopes.
Peacemaker will be out. Peacemaker will be out in April. Don't forget.
Such a nice, good human being. And the funniest, and I'm sure you saw it, was when Jeff Goldblum interviewed him, and Jeff Goldblum had no idea who he was, and he was just taken back by how great of a human being he was. It was like, well, I just can't help it now. I've fallen deeply in love with you. That's it. Look at you. Look at you. Oh, nice blue suit. Is that royal blue? Oh, and a great shoe. Oh, nothing wrong with the way you're dressed. I like that. And then when Cena it was the funniest thing because it was just Jeff Goldblum. It was John Cena being quintessential John Cena, good guy, and will definitely show you how good of a guy he is. And then there's like Jeff Goldblum who just, oh, well, look at this lovely man. Amazing.
Yeah, it's a great segment.
But yeah, I think without a doubt he's going to win his 17th. The question is how they're going to do it. And I have a feeling Triple H is going to have a really great plan. I don't think it happens at a WrestleMania. I don't think John Cena's taking that moment away from anybody.
Right.
I think it may happen, and it may even happen against what you might see. I'm trying to put my words correctly here. I know Randy Orton wants Cena badly in WrestleMania. He wanted a match with WrestleMania. That might be the WrestleMania match. Then you can have Cena maybe get one, maybe two chances at the World Championship, lose them, and then he'll have one last chance going into 2026. But right before his last appearance, maybe it's a Survivor Series. Maybe they have, one more Raw on Netflix before John Cena retires, and maybe he wins there, and then you could have the Royal Rumble be, maybe have the Royal Rumble be for the World Championship or whatever. Or you have a tournament, whatever they can do going into next year's WrestleMania.
Real quick, I'm awful with numbers and math. So if Cena wins previous to say WrestleMania, he's on number 17. If his main event is against Randy Orton, how many would Randy have if he were to beat Cena that night?
Then Orton would if he didn't win any until then, or
this coming WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Say Cena wins at Royal Rumble. I don't think he's going to. I think he's going to win maybe like Elimination Chamber or something like that. Right? Let's put it that way.
I don't think Cena's wrestling for a title at WrestleMania, though. That's my thing. But go ahead.
Okay. Because, here's the thing. He's wrestling between now and next December, right?
Yeah.
So there's only one WrestleMania in between.
Yeah, he's not winning a championship at WrestleMania. That's my contention.
Not winning. No. Like defending it and maybe losing it, though.
Then he would have to win it before this coming.
Yeah, that's what I said. Just say Cena goes into WrestleMania as the champion. He's got a main event.
All right.
So if Randy Orton beats Cena, who already 15. Has a title, okay, all right. That's still like a major historic night between two major champions there, and it's a lot of titles there.
I almost would rather see Orton with 15 already.
Yeah.
And Cena beating Orton for his 17th to make him 2 away from Orton. I almost want to go that way. But how about this? This is another thing but they're never going to be able to book it in time.
Right.
But you have a triple threat match with both Orton. You'd have to get Orton 2 world championships by this point in time somehow. And then they have a triple threat match between Randy Orton and John Cena and whoever the champion is, and the winner between Cena and Orton beats Flair for the record. The only thing is Orton's not going anywhere. He's wrestling another 3 or 4 years minimally. So I don't think they're gonna give Orton any flowers like that this quickly. So I don't know you're going to have, if Orton's title runs are necessarily going to be a major part of this story, except maybe he gets one of his championships might be out of it. But because he has 15, I don't think there's any way you give him 2 championships by that point in time, or where it would make a real difference, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking like to transfer it over to Randy and how many would that give him? That was pretty much it.
Yeah, I think Orton is the one who's going to break it all. I think Orton's going to probably be number 8. He'll probably get 4 more by the time he's done.
Gotcha.
But maybe not, though. Not with the way Triple H has been going about changing his championships.
Yeah.
You know, Cody's coming up on a year. You know, he hasn't had other than Drew McIntyre, the reigns haven't been super short. I guess Priest wasn't super long, and then Gunther's arguably not going to be too long because I think he's probably losing at WrestleMania, but if not earlier. But we'll see. But I think Cena wins his 17th, but I do think Orton eventually breaks it. Thank you so much for watching High Spots and Cheap Pops. For Vladi Dadi, this is Silicon Steve Alley. Hit the subscribe button and let us know what you think. Thank you for watching, and here endeth the lesson.